Of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at the Bulls. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3, the small forward. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, one of the things I think we forget about with Chris Paul is just how clutch he is as a player. I mean, hitting the go-ahead shot in Game 7 against the Spurs last postseason was a big reminder to everyone that this guy is clutch.
And talking about Paul and his ability to come up in the clutch, that Game 7 shot when he was playing injured against San Antonio, the defending champions, turned out to be the game-winning points. Remarkable play. Remarkable series for him.
It was. You know, you could see him hobbling around out there and would have to miss games in that Rockets series, the first 2, if I recall. But that series is what Paul is really all about, Kevin. He is a competitor, first and foremost.
Here's Griffin, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
He is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chances.
Oh! Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown there.
Oh, just rising up. Just a phenomenal finish.
Greg, if you're going to pull off a move like that, you got to have some major hang time.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Paul kicks to Griffin. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And it's 8 points for Blake Griffin.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
Baamute with the steal. It's deflected. Moving it up. And oh, here we go. Dunleavy's got it. The fast break chance. Gasol passes to Butler. Back to Gasol. There's the feed to Rose. 5 on the clock. And Jordan sends it back. They retain possession. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Paul goes in. Rose with the block. And they get it back. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Dunleavy. For the finish.
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
They double-team Griffin. Mike Dunleavy is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Bulls making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in. Griffin dishes to Redick, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Here's Rose. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Left side, Butler. Kicks it to Gibson. No good. That would have tied it.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Brooks checked in for Derrick Rose. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter.
Pretty early to be over the limit, Kevin. They'll have to watch the fouls from here out.
And obviously, Chris Paul's one of the most highly recognized players in the game. High school All-American, college All-American, NBA Rookie of the Year. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Highly decorated Chris Paul, multiple NBA All-Team selections, all defensive team selections. No MVP yet. It's probably right around the corner, though, for him.
Yeah, you know what? He's only worried about one thing, though, and that's hoisting that Larry O'Brien championship trophy at some point in his career.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
Brooks kicks to Butler. From outside, off the mark. Clippers leading by 4. And it's Paul penetrating. Rejected by Gasol. Here's Brooks. And Griffin sends it back. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Gasol passes to Gibson. Here's Brooks. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Gibson dishes to Mirotic. The shot by Butler, nobody around. That doesn't go either for Butler.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Redick with the 3, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Gibson. And stolen by Butler. All alone. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember
on.
ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
I tell
one.
you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
Paul for 3. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Chicago's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Shots good from Butler.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Chicago trailing here. Here's Gibson, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to. And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg. Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And, you know, obviously, you know, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you played and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, you know, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
Not to the surprise of anyone, really, but the Clippers last year were strong at home once again. They managed to go 30-11 at Staples Center.
Yeah, and Kevin, that makes 3 straight seasons for the Clippers of 30 or more wins at home.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And Chicago also making a switch. McDermott's checked in for Taj Gibson. Brooks kicks to Butler. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. And that's 13 points for Butler.
You know, the big thing for the Clippers is that they won some big games in Staples over tough opponents. I mean, also won 6 of their last 7 to secure the 3 seed in the West.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
And one issue with the Clippers at home is that it didn't feel like they were at home. Blake Griffin said home court advantage is just not there for us. And this is on the heels of a loss where the crowd was cheering for the other team louder than the Clippers at times.
And that one's good.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delight is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
Mirotic against Green. It's stolen by Green. And here comes the break. Here's Rivers. Wilcox passes to Aldridge. Crawford dishes to Aldridge. Green kicks to Wilcox. Puts up a three. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line. You know, guys, one of the things that is always going to keep you competitive against the West is a good defense. It's one reason why the Bulls tend to be a tougher matchup for teams from the West, because they do D up.
So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It's incredible to think that Pau Gasol last year set a career high in points in a game for as long, Clark, as he's played. He had that 46-point game in January.
Yeah, that's 46 points for Pau to go with 18 rebounds. I mean,
right.
You rarely see a player of his age putting up a career high like that.
And with Pau, that 46-point game, he became the oldest player to get 45 points and 15 rebounds.
Here is Brooks. Down low. It's stolen by Green. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Rivers passes to Wilcox. Shot from the wing. Can't get it to go. So the Bulls will take it the other way.
And a final point, guys, with Pau's career game. It's crazy to think that he did it while not being the first offensive option. I mean, he had been the go-to guy with his time in Memphis for so long. And guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter. The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him, and he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Mirotic, and it's Etuan Moore checking in for Jimmy Butler. Here's Wilcox, and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. And on the topic of Doug McDermott, one of the most decorated college players in recent history, and Clark, you called a lot of his games.
Yeah, enjoyed watching him play, and I still think he has a bright future. Just never found any real rhythm. Averaged only 3 points a game, but he didn't get much playing time, so look for him to bounce back in the years going forward.
And that one's good by Noah. Clippers trail by 4. Outside, Green. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And a nice soft touch on the board.
And, you know, when you have that gentle a touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
Yeah, but how about the fight there prior to that ball being available? That's what I like and what you need to really focus on when they have plays like that.
Here's Brooks. Not happening with that shot. He's put up 5 and made 2. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And that one's good by Wilcox.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
But they'll get another chance. Here's Green. It's good. This game is all even.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball. The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side, trying to come up with a few more steals.
And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. Was way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
A little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries.
And Moore kicks it to Noah. Rebound by Aldridge.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Here's Wilcox. Good. Wilcox has got 15 points.
And just a great job of controlling that defensive backboard, then getting out in transition. That's been the difference.
7 straight fast break points, Greg. They've got the defense gasping for breath right now. Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Clippers lead by... And DeAndre Jordan not a focal point offensively for this team, but as a defender, he understands he can make a big difference.
I'm not really a big scorer for our team, but that's not my job.
Jordan, a man who knows what his job is, and he likes his job, Clark, and does it very, very well. He is excelling.
Yeah, he is. He may not be the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year, but he is certainly the Clippers' Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan's become a defensive beast, an animal defensively. And really the thing of it is he's still learning and growing, and he's going to continue to get better, which is scary.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Butler team to Dunleavy on the perimeter. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Rose in at the 1 spot. Rivers with it. Feeds to Aldridge. Wilcox dishes to Aldridge. Rivers kicks to Aldridge. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Just 4 to shoot. And the wide open shot from Green. Nailed from three-point land. Green's got 7. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That's foul number 2 for him. Los Angeles on D, and the foul on Cole Aldridge. That's foul number 2 for him.
Boy, that's his second foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess your game up for sure.
Rose against Rivers. Shot clock at 5. Rose kicks to Gibson. That's a 2 from Butler. Goes back up. And no problem from Gibson as he finishes at the rim. Gibson's got it all tied up now for the Bulls. LA's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Wilcox kicks to Crawford. From deep 3-point range, and that one's good by Wilcox. Wilcox has got 18 points in the game.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from 3-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
Shoots it, and that one comes up a bit short.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me? tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard. That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it. And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
And Aldridge sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Chicago making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in. Shot clock at 3. Rose attacking. Here's Dunleavy. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And it's now only a 1-point Clipper lead. As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls, Clark, had playoff experience prior to their postseason run a season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, two-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
Outside, Green. Here's Wilcox. And the Clippers miss again.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
And, Greg, it's been hard to watch. I mean, you can see his frustration. He's actually looking forward to the end of this period so he can have a fresh start for the next one.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Here's Butler, and they convert at last on attempt number 3. Butler's got the lead up to 5 now for the Bulls. Dishes it to Wilcox. Pass to Rivers. To the middle to stop the run. And that one's good by Wilcox. Wilcox has got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Rivers with it. Now guarded by Gibson. Butler on the way. He's got 19. The kick out to Rose. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's foul number 2 for him. Rose goes in. Green with the block. And here's the fast break. Here's Wilcox. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one on Dunleavy. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gibson. And Brooks subbed in for Mike Dunleavy.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly.
And that one's good by Noah.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Here's Butler. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Jeff Green picks one up.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense. You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Chicago also making some changes. McDermott comes in for Butler, and Tony Snell subbed in for Derrick Rose. Greg, as you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they have had the third best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit.
Clippers trail by 6. Redick inside the line. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And here is Los Angeles now. Paul passes to Redick. Paul dishes to Redick. Jordan kicks to Redick. And here's Johnson outside. Chicago grabs the miss.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Bulls always seem to be tough on the road, and last season no different. They would end with 23 road wins on the year.
And that number was good enough for the second most in the East. Unlike shooting, it's very hard for defenses to go cold, and that's why the Bulls have been so good on the road. Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush. And, guys, touching back on the Bulls on the road to illustrate how good they are on the road. Last season marked the 5th straight year of a road record of above 500. Incredible consistency as a franchise.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's Snell. Can't get it to go. Paul with the defensive effort. Redick with it. Noah picks him up. Paul kicks to Redick. From deep. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Mirotic just got his 4th rebound in this one.
Yeah, you know, here's another stat for the Bulls on the road. Since 2010, when Tom Thibodeau took over, the Bulls have won almost 60% of their road games. That's impressive.
Clippers trail by 7. Now here's Johnson. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when you can throw it down like that.
Yes, sir.
It's almost hard to believe that somebody can throw it down like that.
It's a small club, right, Greg? I mean, it's a pretty small club, that's
Very
for sure.
exclusive.
He can really rise up.
Well, I tell you, I would have preferred to see a little more resistance from the defense on that play, though, guys.
Noah's shot is off. And Los Angeles guys shooting it up around 45% from the field in the second quarter. Redick with it, now guarded by Mirotic. Griffin kicks to Johnson. Stolen by Brooks. Here we go, one-on-one. And the pass to Noah. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And, guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up. Even though there's a height disadvantage, he's still able to go up and over his man.
Well, he's fearless. I mean, there's nothing that concerns him. No matter what the matchup is, he's a guy that doesn't back down. He's beyond being intimidated. He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Down low. McDermott dishes to Noah, and he dunks it down.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
And the Clippers call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And the Bulls making a change here. Portis, he's checked in for Mirotic. Hunley comes in for McDermott. Justin Holiday's checked in for Tony Snell. And Moore subbed in for Aaron Brooks. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Wow, what a clever pass that time by Chris Paul.
The dish to Noah. Bulls moving the ball around. Pass to Portis. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Redick.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them. Right there.
Now Moore. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. From downtown, good. And the Bulls lead by 10.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
It's Redick on the wing. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Clippers trail by 9 to the inside. Jordan, nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
Here's Griffin, kicks it out to Paul. Redick is in the corner. Pass to Griffin. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Griffin just having a terrific game. 12 points and a couple of great-looking rejections. So far, 2 blocks.
Yeah, you know, he's had a great feel for their ball movement down low and for where to be when the shot's going up.
Blake Griffin hits them both. And, guys, Blake Griffin has got to be one of the more humble stars in the league. You rarely hear about off-court issues and interviews. He was engaging and comes off kind of as a regular guy.
That's the way it appears to me, Kevin. The young man has his head screwed on pretty tight and both feet on the ground. He started out as a class act, and he stayed one.
It's Noah with the drive. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the Clippers get called for the foul. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And I don't think there's any question about it, guys. He's got to bring that percentage up. I mean, those are the kind of free throw numbers that will get you in a coach's doghouse and get your teammates a little mad at you.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And Holiday kicks it to Noah. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. It's the Bulls.
Doc, how would you assess the team's performance throughout?
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He ended up with... And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Unbelievable the way he dominated that offensive glass in those first 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Guys, you've heard me say it before, but persistence pays. And it takes that kind of persistence to be a successful offensive rebounder. As a fellow glass eater, I know of which I speak. Those guys that rebound effectively don't give up on it.
Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Good.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Outside for Jordan, and the wide open shot from Redick. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that 3, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
Butler from outside. Butler missing again. The Clippers trail. And it's Paul penetrating. He kicks it to Johnson. He dishes it to Redick. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got 6 rebounds in the game. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And Los Angeles guys shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Oh, and the jam by Rose. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put out.
I'm looking over there at Craig. He's enjoying every second of it, Clark.
Yeah.
Listen, the fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Got that one up quick. And now it's 27 points for Jimmy Butler.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
For the finish, throws down the breakaway jam.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively, and this lead, I think, is headed up.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Paul passes to Redick. Puts up a 3, and he gets it to go. Redick's got 8 points in the quarter.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
DeAndre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
Outside Butler. To the left side wing. Rose kicks to Butler. The 3. And Paul pulls it down. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter.
And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that rubbery, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen 0 drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness. But no question, he's improved his skills and IQ.
Johnson attacking, and yes, sir, that one drops. And now it's a 3-point Clipper lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Just 5 on the clock. Griffin kicks to Johnson. Rejected by Gasol. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And it's Butler with the jam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And talking about DeAndre Jordan, he is displaying an energy level that many scouts wondered if he had. Let's face it, he underachieved a bit in his 1 year in college. He knows that. But when it's come time to do it at the highest level, DeAndre has risen to the occasion.
And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism, but for some reason over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
Paul dishes to Johnson. Johnson double teamed. It's Jordan on the wing. He feeds it to Reddick. Outside Griffin. Kicks it to Reddick. And the Clippers miss again. Chicago leading. McDermott with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Butler passes to McDermott. And there's the feed to Mirotic. Off target from outside. For Los Angeles, they've gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. And Reddick kicks to Jordan. They double him with Butler. And the Clippers call time here. Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Really enjoyed watching his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott and whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
Jordan the screen. Johnson dishes to Reddick. Back to Johnson. Shot on the wing, and he recovers it. Good. Johnson's got 6 points in the quarter.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Then Gasol with the dunk.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all. Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Rose attacking McDermott. No one around him. That's short off the rim.
For Mirotic, he was most valuable late in games, guys. From March on, he led the league in fourth quarter points per game.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Joakim Noah is checked in for the Bulls. Reddick passes to Johnson. And it's Jordan atop the key. Johnson kicks to Jordan. Clock at 6. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Joakim Noah.
And for that note about Mirotic, in the fourth, he outscored LeBron and Westbrook that month. That's impressive for any player, much less a rookie.
Justin Holiday's checked in for Doug McDermott. That one misses.
You know, a career high for DeAndre Jordan in free throw attempts a game, almost 6 a game. And a lot of those actually came from the Hacker Jordan tactic.
Butler against Johnson, and they double up Butler. Back to Holiday, and Mirotic has it in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Holiday, no one around him. The kick outside to Butler. Second shot opportunity. No good off the front iron.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
As you said, Greg, Hackett Jordan was in full effect last year. Not a great thing to watch, obviously, but a viable strategy given his career free throw percentage.
And what's funny about the Hacker Jordan is that it usually works in his favor. Historically, when Jordan shoots over 10 free throws a game, his team almost always wins.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Portis comes in for Butler, and it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose. And the basket by Johnson.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Feeds to Mirotic. Back to Holiday. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. This one for three. Mirotic gets the bucket. Mirotic has got 5 points so far.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Dishes the ball. Passes to Johnson. And he dunks it down.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Stolen by Holiday. Now here's Noah, the fast break opportunity.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Brooks outside. Back to Holiday. Another miss by Holiday.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And stolen by Mirotic. The pass to Portis. And Holiday has it in the corner. Drills it from outside. Now it's a 6-point Chicago lead. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Inside, here's Portis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Portis has got 4 points this quarter.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down to 4 again on the bucket from Chris Paul. Right side Holiday. Back to Noah. Pass to Portis. The kick out to Holiday. 6 to shoot. Mirotic. Another one falls for Chicago. 1:04 left in the third quarter. To the middle. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Oh, and here comes Holiday. Jam! I mean, just beautiful.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes. And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
And that one falls for Mirotic. Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
It's stolen by Johnson. From deep three-point range, and it's Chicago with the rebound. Gibson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Mirotic dishes to Moore. Here's the 3, and that is good. Mirotic has got the lead up to 11 now for Chicago.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
Well, through 3. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. The Clippers shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3.
How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, a careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly.
Here's Griffin, and he goes in for the dunk.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And it's Butler missing. Clippers trail by 12. Johnson outside. Left side, Jordan. Redick passes to Jordan. Butler against Redick. Clock at 4. Misses from short range.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, I mean, deterred them from those plans.
Timeout. Timeout. Start it.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
You know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA. Already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, you know, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Rivers against Rose. Fires for 3. The Clippers keep it alive. Rivers kicks to Wilcox. Launches it. Joakim Noah grabs the miss. Noah's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
That's good from McDermott on the assist from Gibson. 11 points for Doug McDermott.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
That's all you, Cole.
The Bulls leading by 16. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Ahead, Gibson dishes to Noah, and that one's good. Noah's got 19 points.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
If I'm coaching, I might sit him down for a minute.
And the Clippers not known for being an outside shooting team, but they take a large amount of deep mid-range twos as well as their fair share of threes.
And Bahamute's checked in for the Clippers. And Chicago also making a switch. Portis is checked in.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
And the foul called on Jamal Crawford.
That's his 3rd personal foul.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Gibson passes to Portis. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Well, I tell you what, they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy, fast break baskets.
And on a really nice run here. And defensively, you've got to force them to operate in the half court. It allows you to put bodies on bodies.
First free throw is good. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. Aldridge kicks to Rivers. Here's Wilcox. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. That one on Rose.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
The dish now to Aldridge. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
The Bulls leading by 16. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
You know, that turnover right there isn't typical of the performance he's turned in today. In fact, that's his only turnover of the game. He's done a really good job taking care of the ball.
Rose dishes to Butler. To the inside. Here's Gibson. Tries again. And it's Butler missing.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Rose passes to Gibson. Maamute with the steal. On, here we go. Crawford all alone. And finished off by Rivers.
And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there. I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to play.
Oh! Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Man, you could clock his hang time with an hourglass.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
And finished off by McDermott.
Plain one-hand flush. I love it.
Clark, I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike.
Yeah, the one hand lets you get up higher.
No doubt about it. At least it looks like that from this angle.
Here is Wilcox, defended by Butler, but they get it back. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Second chance shot. Wilcox kicks to Mbamute. Butler with the steal. Here's the break. Lets it go from deep. Portis, the pass to Butler. Pass to Portis. The kick outside to Butler. Over Mbamute. The putback, and it's Gibson finishing it off. And the Bulls lead by 19.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And slam dunk by Butler.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam? And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
A nice shot by Rivers.
In the first half, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes. But finding themselves down now, they've started to cast up a lot more triples.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
For the 3, and another 3 for the Clippers.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
The Bulls leading by 21. Pass to Portis. To the paint, here's Butler. Inside. And Aldridge sends it back. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Chicago making some changes. Pau Gasol's checked in for Portis, and Dunleavy's subbed in for Doug McDermott. Gasol kicks to Rose. He dishes it to Gibson. 6 to shoot. And Mike Dunleavy with the three.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Chicago has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
Oh, good D, but better O. It's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well said. Well, for the most part, they were just standing still, Clark.
Yeah. And you know what, Kevin? He's not the most explosive player on the court, but if you give him a clear lane to the basket, he'll punch it on you.
You have got to be kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah, he torches defenders in all kinds of ways. When he's on the floor, he's a matchup headache.
Rejected by Gasol. It's stolen by Rose. And another fast break chance here for the Bulls. Here we go.
Another bucket added to the lead. They've been the better team in every facet.
And in my opinion, you get extra bonus points, extra eye of the beholder points when you do it the way they're doing it on the road. That's special.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. The drive by Brooks. Noah. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you look at Joakim Noah, I mean, one of those hybrid talents. As a center, he gives you the rebounding, the shot blocking you want. But then he also has tremendous passing skills and instincts and the energy of a mountain lion.
And going back to Joakim Noah, he really is a hybrid. He holds American, Swedish, and French citizenships. He's truly a man of the world, and he's worldly on the floor. He can guard and play a lot of different positions.
And Kevin, he looks like a man of the world. He has a unique style unto himself, but I'll take the versatility and the hustle he brings on my team any day. If he's healthy, he's a factor.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Brooks has been putting up the numbers. He's got 8 points and 7 assists. He's given them a lot with his passing and with his defensive work.
How about the activity of those hands here today?
Really left alone that time.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
He kicks to Moore. To the middle. Stolen. The feed now to Mba Amute. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And that one's good.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Noah in the post. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Noah's got 22.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bulls.
You're right there, Steve. And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, Clark, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
Well, it deflates the opposition when you can be pesky defensively, and then it sparks your offense, and that's what happened for them. When you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's hard to overcome that kind of defensive pressure.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Butler. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Brooks on the double team. Wilcox dishes to Crawford. Wilcox can't hit. Here's Chicago. And Holiday, here we go. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. No good on the free throw.
2 shots.
And he sinks the second.
The defense keeps coming up short. Just no solution for Holiday. He's got 8 points and a steal. Boy, he's been a big contributor in this one.
And it isn't something that they get from him every game, but I tell you what, they got to be loving it today. It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better. He's a phenomenal finisher.
Enjoy seeing that kind of bounce out of that spot on the floor.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
3 points, Bulldogs.
Off the inbound pass, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And really no better feeling than to go on the road and play this well and get the win.
Yeah, it's always a good win when you play the kind of game they have played tonight. I mean, especially, though, when you get it done on the road. That's a special, special feeling there.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. For the three. The shot will not go. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And time now to go courtside as we send you.
Well, Pau, congratulations on the win. Tell us about the approach that the team took tonight in maximizing its effectiveness on the offensive end.
I think we just concentrated and we worked hard until the last second of every possession. And I